So, can one person really build a huge business all by themselves, like from the ground up? We dove into what the experts are saying, and the answer is a resounding yes. It turns out there's a surprisingly clear path, a universal roadmap for making it happen in 2026. And to really get why this is such a big deal, you have to look at the numbers. I mean, check this out. 41.8 million. That's how many solopreneurs are in the US alone, according to Entrepreneur Loop. This isn't just a trend, it's a full-blown economic shift. And get this, their economic punch is massive. We're talking $1.7 trillion. So yeah, this is way beyond a few people doing side hustles. This is a legitimate, powerful engine driving a big chunk of the modern economy. But, and this is the crucial part, we're not just talking about the same old freelancing. No way. The experts we looked at, from Prompt AI all the way to the Solopreneur Guide to Scaling, they all agree on one thing. We are smack in the middle of a brand new era. Let's call it the AI-powered solopreneur era. The game has completely changed because technology, especially AI, gives one person the leverage to do what used to take an entire team. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll map out that universal path to scale everyone's talking about. Then we'll break down the two critical stages. Stage 1 is all about high-leverage services, and Stage 2 is about building infinite-scale assets. And you're not going to want to miss this. We'll also cover the one big trap you absolutely have to avoid. And finally, we'll talk about your very first step forward. All right, let's jump right into it. This is that universal path we've been talking about. After digging through all the source material, it's really clear that there's a strategic roadmap that the experts agree on. And it's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, you master a high-value service. This is your foundation. Step 2, you systematize and productize that service. And Step 3, you build a scalable digital asset. One source, Entrepreneur Loop, calls this the solopreneur growth flywheel, which is a perfect name for it, right? You start by mastering a service to get the cash flowing. Then you turn that service into a repeatable system. And then you use that system and all the expertise you've gained to build a digital asset that can basically sell itself. See how that works? Each step just fuels the next one, creating this amazing momentum. Okay, so let's zoom in on Stage 1, high-leverage services. This is the foundation for everything else. And we're not talking about just any kind of service. This is the engine that's going to fund and inform the entire journey. So the first model here is what's called a productized service. Think of it this way. Instead of selling, say, graphic design by the hour, you sell a logo and brand guide package for one fixed price. You're taking your skill, your expertise, and you're packaging it into this neat, repeatable offering. The key thing is you're selling a defined outcome, not just trading your time for money. And that difference is everything. You're moving away from the total chaos of hourly rates and that dreaded scope creep, you know what I'm talking about, and you're moving into a world of predictable revenue and a super clear process. You're actually building a system, not just selling off your hours one by one. All right, the second model in this stage is, well, it's pretty much built for right now. It's the AI automation agency. Prompt AI's playbook basically calls this the native business model for the age of AI. And here's the twist. Your job isn't to do the work. Your job is to build the automated systems and the AI agents that do the work for your clients. You become the architect. And this quote from a solopreneur just nails the mindset shift required. It says, instead of managing employees, I'm going to be managing agents. That's the bottom line. And that's it, right there. Your value isn't about the manual work you do. It's about how well you can orchestrate technology. You're basically the conductor of an orchestra of AIs, and you can deliver incredible value without ever hiring a traditional team. Okay, so once you've built that foundation with services, you get to move on to the really exciting part, Stage 2. This is the destination, infinite scale assets. The whole idea here is that you take the cash and the expertise you've built up, and you create something that you can build one time and then sell, well, forever. The first big asset model to look at is the paid community or newsletter, and this is having a huge moment right now. Entrepreneur Loop says we're in a renaissance for high-value, super niche content. So you basically take all the trust and authority you've built up, and you offer exclusive access and insights for a recurring subscription fee. So why does this work so well? All the experts we looked at point to the same thing. You are building a direct, defensible relationship with an audience that you actually own. You're not at the mercy of some random algorithm change. You're building a loyal community that provides that beautiful, predictable, recurring revenue. And that brings us to the second asset model, which might just be the most powerful of all, the digital asset or course. This is like the ultimate form of leverage. You take all of your hard-won knowledge, everything you've learned, and you package it into a product, an ebook, a template, a course that can be sold and delivered automatically, 24/7 at massive scale. This quote from the Solopreneur Guide to Scaling just says it all. The key is creating once and selling repeatedly. It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful. It's about transforming your expertise from something you do into something you own, an asset that works for you around the clock. Okay, now before we wrap up, we need to talk about something really important. There's one path you have to avoid. Seriously, every single one of our sources was unanimous in warning against this one model because it almost guarantees you'll get stuck and burn out. It's what they call the time for money trap, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Any business where your income is directly one-to-one tied to the hours you put in. It's a model that is just fundamentally broken if what you're looking for is real scale and freedom. What are we talking about here? We're talking about generic, low-ticket freelancing. It has zero leverage. There's no flywheel effect. It's a dead end. Like the Solopreneur Guide to Scaling puts it so bluntly, you're not building a business with this model. You're just building a much more demanding job for yourself, and it's a fast track straight to burnout. So there you have it, a really clear path forward and one huge pitfall to steer clear of. The only question left is, what's your next move?
Because here's the bottom line. The big takeaway from every expert, every founder, every data point we looked at. The choice is 100% strategic. You have a skill. That's your starting block. But the decision you make next, are you going to sell that skill by the hour, or are you going to package it into a high-leverage service? That decision determines everything. It's the difference between building a job that owns you and building an asset that sets you free. The path is there. The choice is yours.